Alright guys, so today I'm going to be showing you my theory about The Boys Season 5 Episode 8. So, it's about, it's 12:51, so there's like 2 hours and 9 minutes until the episode comes out. So this video should be posted before the episode comes out, so it'll be fun to see if my theories are correct here. But, so today we're going to be going over the trailer, and we are going to be going over a couple of frames in the trailer and see if there might be some hidden information that people have overlooked, So, uh, yeah, let's get into it. Alright, guys, so I'm about to get ready to play the trailer here. We're just gonna watch the trailer, and, after the trailer's over, we're gonna go over those frames. So, I'm just gonna mute my microphone and play the trailer.
We need to end the whole bloody notion of soups.
Scorched earth.
Shock
And all. Blood. And bone. Superheroes are done.
Alright, guys, so that was the trailer. Um, you know, at first glance, some people might not see anything, but if you look very closely, there's some, hints in this trailer. So, I'm going to go over a few frames here. Go back to the first one right here. Oh, Father, you see him? He looks very scared in this frame. This is just after Homelander landed on, I think, a balcony. I'm pretty sure it's a balcony, I don't know what else it would be, but after Homelander landed on the balcony, so Father looks kind of scared. And with the last episode, he looked like he was kind of doubting Homelander. So, not gonna lie to you guys, I think Oh Father, he might be cooked here, but go ahead and play the Deep. See this frame of the Deep right here? He's also looking pretty scared. The peak of human evolution has definitely seen, some better times, I should say. So, where's the next frame? Let's see. Right here, you see Starlight and the Deep, and, well,
shock.
yeah. I really hope my theory's not correct here, because the peak is, well, the peak of human evolution, but, I think our GOAT, the peak of human evolution, I don't know if he'll make it through this episode, guys. I'm not even gonna lie. I really hope he does, but it's not seeming very likely that he survives this episode. And then, obviously, we see Ryan for the first time since episode 4. Finally, he's doing something other than hiding. About time. And then we see Ashley running here. I can only assume that she's A, running from Butcher, or if my theory about what's going to happen to O Father is correct, then she just seen it happen and is now running from Homelander. So, either way, it's not going to go well for her. I don't think at all. See, and then we got right here
Done.
that. We see this obviously a person. They're going down into the ground, and boom, explosion. I think that might be Starlight slamming the deep into the ground right there. Um, which if you've seen the Samuel L. Jackson shark, the ocean's right there. And if you've seen the Samuel L. Jackson shark last episode, um, he can't go in the water, which I think, the deep might have survived this initial, you know, um, impact, but I think if that was Starlight in the deep, our goat is getting thrown into the ocean by Starlight, where he's then gonna get eaten and killed. Um, I really hope it's not true because, of course, he's the peak of human evolution. He's the peak. But yeah, those are the stills, those are the frames, uh, from the trailer. But my last piece of evidence that unfortunately this time, unfortunately, might prove that O Father and the Deep and another person might die in the next episode. Well, let's just say it's Sid the Sloth's ball hair. Okay, and now you may be thinking, well, what are the black ball hairs? Tell you what, you're probably not thinking that, but I'm gonna explain anyway. The black ones, they're just normal ball hairs, but then you see we got purple, you know, I think purple ball hair represents O Father. And then we got blue and red. Who could that represent? I think that represents Homelander. And I'll explain why in a minute. But we got the deep ball hair here because it's green. And now, I think. I know they're not fully going for what happens in the comics. But I think that in some way, Homelander is going to get killed in the next episode. Now, it'd be pretty cool if we got some, like, Invincible versus Omni-Man type fight with Homelander versus Ryan. I don't know how it's going to happen, but I do think Homelander is going to die next episode. Um, so that's why he's here. And then we got the deep ball hair, of course, but you may be thinking, like, oh, like, how do you know that's what these stand for? I'll tell you what, if you squint your eyes, if you just squint your eyes a little bit, look at the deep ball hair, squint a little bit, then there you go. See, you see the deep appear if you squint your eyes. See that? Did you guys see that? If not, you're gonna want to rewind and squint again. But the deep did appear after squinting your eyes. Um, but yeah, that's my theory. About Sid the Sloth's ball hair might have just proved that O Father, Homelander, and the Deep are gonna die in the next episode. Of course, probably more characters gonna die in the next episode, but there's some of like the bigger characters. So, you know, and I do have to mention I did see I met Carl Urban at the Comic-Con on Saturday, and he told me that this next episode's a big one. Um, so the big Urban wouldn't lie, would he? I don't think he would, and neither would Sid the Sloth's ball hair. Let's be honest. But that was Sid the Sloth's ball hair, proving that the Deep, O Father, and Homelander might die in the next episode of The Boys. Thank you guys for watching. If you enjoyed, make sure you like, subscribe, and make sure to, know when you're going to find this video, but hopefully it's before the season, the new episode comes out, and let's find out if my theory is true. I mean, it should be. Like I said, Sid the Sloth's ball hair never lies. We just got to make that clear. Sid the Sloth's ball hair is like, you can always rely on Sid's ball hair. Just go up to Sid and be like, yo, let me take a look at your ball hair. And he'd be like, yes, sir, and it'll have all the answers. But That's the end of the video. I hope you enjoyed. Make sure you leave a like, subscribe, show this video to your friends, and until next time.